And I just now realized that my microphone was muted all the time. So this night is going splendidly. Yeah, welcome everybody. Good evening. I am apologizing once more for being late, but when you have kids, they decide when you will be streaming. So it's really hard to stream when you have a kid yelling in the background. So yeah, it's really hot outside. It's like 1,000,000 degrees, and falling asleep is probably really challenging. Tonight we are painting Violet and Banshee, so let's quickly switch the scenes because you don't want to look at my face, you want to look at pretty miniatures. So we are continuing painting for the charity, and Violet is today and Banshee are today's miniatures that we are going to paint. I just need to put some pictures up here for the reference. So yeah, I'm not sure why, but up there should be a chat screen going on. We'll see if that happens, if anybody drops by while we are painting. But without further ado, let's start. So we are painting these as close to the artwork as we can. I promised I will be trying to keep the look the same way as the artwork is, and we are going after that. So I'm just looking for a flesh tone. I know I had it here, and for some reason now I cannot find it. Where is it? Just a second. Oh, here. Okay, so we are going to start with the Violet first, and we're going to do a Gilliman flesh. So we are going to paint the flesh parts first, just so we don't go over it with other paints. Okay, so she has like a metal arm, and I'm just looking to see what we need to get painted. Wait, let's just center the camera a little bit. I'm very unaware of the camera. Once I start painting, I completely lose myself. I was trying different camera positions, but this one works the best in my opinion. Maybe I could zoom a little bit. Let's just try that without disturbing too much camera, because when I was setting all this up, the camera fell and hit the table, and I was not pleased by that. So yeah, I was definitely not pleased by that, but luckily there was no damage done to it. At least I did not notice anything. So we're going to hope everything is okay with it. Okay, let's see what we have here. And I have to work on this zoom. It is set to automatic, and I kind of don't like it because he's constantly adjusting for my motions and everything, and I think it ruins the video maybe a little bit for you. So I'll have to see how to set it up manual, because it really has a good zoom. It's really fast. I think you are not noticing it that much. He's constantly adjusting, but still it is a little bit annoying because it's right by my ear. It's constantly like doing some sounds. So for tonight's stream I was thinking of maybe putting some music on, but last time I tried that, the music was irregular with the sound. So sometimes it would be loud, you could not hear me. Next time it would be like too silent, and after that I was hit with the monetization thingy where, you know, like copy strike, stuff like that. So I decided to not do it. But it is really a good thing to have when you are painting, and like for example right now I'm actually just talking to myself, you know, and if I just continue to be silent, you have some music to listen to, because I find it really hard to talk to myself for I don't know how long, probably about 2 hours. Same thing as we did 2 nights ago, 1 night ago, 2 nights ago. So first we are going to do all the skin tones, just because there is no that much skin showing on this miniature, and I really don't want to go back and forth and repair it if I missed on it or something, so I want to do it now. And then we are going to start painting all the pink parts and all of that shebang. Oh yeah, I went a little bit off the camera, of course, as per usual. But yeah, this is not like a tutorial video, so if you miss on a few things, if you don't see them, that would not be an issue. At least I hope so. It would not be an issue. Okay, so did we get all the parts? She has like a shirt and some sort of, I don't know. I just don't know. You know what? I'm going to paint this as a skin. I don't know why, but I think it would look way better if it's like a skin. I don't know, I might change my mind later, we'll have to see. But yeah, pretty much this is it. This is all the skin on this miniature. Oh, Kotska is here. Hello, hello, my friend. Glad you dropped by. Okay, so I need to readjust the camera a little bit because I'm constantly painting over here. And I mean, I don't know. It's really weird. When I paint over here, I have a camera over here, and it's really weird to find the right angle for the camera where I want to use it. Okay, I just need to check something before I continue, and that's the paint I want to use. One of the paints I want to use, but I'm not sure what is the name of the paint. It is Shish Purple. It is sort of dark purple color. Okay. Shish Purple. How are you, Kotska, tonight? Okay, so Leviathan Blue is not the right one. Shish Purple. Got it. Okay. But before we go with the purple, we are going to do some brown parts with the contrast wildwood. I know what's the problem actually. I'll just move camera a little bit over here and hope it does not fall off or something. Oh man, I have a really cheap stand. So yeah, I think, yeah, painting over here, holding it like so. Yeah, this is really weird. I should have done this ahead of time, but as I said, the problem with kids being awake is what happened. So yeah, you won't stay long, just quickly stopping by to say hi. Yeah, I know that painting is not your thing, so no worries, man. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so her pants are mostly brown, so we are going to do them brown. That's only logical. Oh, okay, I see. I thought this was the metal part. Oh wait, why he's zooming? Okay, so I thought that this was the metal part. What is in the love of God happening? Okay, having some camera issues. I'm not sure what's going on. I have to zoom back in. No, I have to zoom out for him to stop doing that. At least I think so. This night is not going well for me. So yeah, I thought this was the metal part, but actually it's not, so it's going to be also a brown one. Yeah, I did shut down my AC, but it is really hot. Luckily, they say that tomorrow it's going to be a little bit colder, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really looking forward to it, even though I like summer and everything, but these days are really hard, super hot. So during the day you can't virtually do anything because you will roast yourself in the sun, and when the night falls it's still pretty warm. So it's really crazy weather outside. Okay, I'm just looking if she has any more straps or something that I can paint, but I don't see any, so I would say she has not. There are some, but it looks like we're going to do them brown, but I think they are metal, but actually it doesn't look like that, so we'll see. If I don't like it, I will repaint it. Okay, this is going to be a really tricky part. paint without messing up other things. So we have that complete. Okay, so we have the brown parts complete, and we are going to switch to some purples and pinks and whatnot. And that's that. Okay, I need also a black, a Baden black, a Basilicanum gray. Do I need that? Yes, I need Basilicanum gray. Let's move this one. Okay, I need black Templar and volupus pink. Achillean green we don't need for now, at least. So I'm just looking around to see how I'm going to approach this. What parts will I paint, what color? So I want her clothes, her hair to be pink, and maybe some parts of the gun, and then the backpack and all these things I want to be purple and some orange exhausts, stuff like that. So I'm just looking how it would look if I do it like so. Okay, so yes, pink. Let's go with the pink. No, let's first paint the guns black. That way, no, that's not a good idea, because yeah, pink first. So we are going with volupus pink contrast paint, and we are going to paint her hair and her clothes and some parts of the gun also, just to give them nice tie-in with the rest of the miniature. So yeah, pink for the hair. Oh, I really like this pink, how it turns out. It's really vivid in color, really nice. So I'm just going to switch to a smaller brush so I don't hit on the wrong parts of the model. I'm trying to keep it intact. Have I been playing any new good games recently? Well, I just played a solo version of D-Day Dice, and I must say that I really like the game. It is like a World War II game. You're rolling dice, you're collecting all sorts of things and trying to survive different maps. There's like lots of maps, different routes that you can take to win it. Check it out, D-Day Dice. I really enjoyed that one. What else did I play recently? Well, nothing much actually, because usually when we play games is Sunday, and last Sunday we did not had a game night, and that's the reason why I didn't play any new games. So I just decided that I want to paint some of these coils, parts of the gun pink also, apart from clothes that we are going to do. We're going to give guns a little bit of pink, and in the later stages we are going to put some other colors on it, lighter colors, just to give it like a glow effect. So I'm trying to be as careful as I can, but I'm going to go with the black over it, so it's not an issue if I go a little bit over or something. And I hated that I don't have a chat up here. I'm not sure what's going on, because it worked when I did like try it that testing live stream, and for some reason now it's not working, and it really bothers me on, and sort of, I don't know, it worked, why it's not working right now? Really hate that. When something is working, you start streaming, and then something is not, that something is not working. Why? So I'm just giving some parts of the gun a little bit of pink color. So let's do this bottom thing over here too. I feel like that could be a good decision. And the artwork is not telling me much about it, so I have to go on my own with this one. I have some small things crawling on me. Something went past that thing that blocks bugs. That like net that you have on the windows and stuff like that. This one was really tiny. I guess he somehow managed to get through. You were very pleasantly surprised by Point Salad. Nice quick little filler, but with some meaningful decisions. About the Point Salad, I'll come back to those war games. About Point Salad, it always looked interesting to me, but I never had a chance to play it, so I never took a dive on it, but I would most definitely like to try it. And also all those games that you just said, Land, Air, Sea, Blitzkrieg is really high up there on my list. And Undaunted, I heard like mixed reviews about it. Some people say they enjoyed it, some people say they really didn't enjoy them, and now I don't know what to think. But yeah, all those games that you just said are really, really high up on my list of games I would like to try. Oh, I'm cleaning my brush and I'm not done. I have to paint her clothes with the pink. And I just now saw that I missed a spot here with the skin, so I'll have to come back and cover it with the skin tone that I used. Yeah, about the war games, I don't know, I like them. I'm not like fan of those heavy war games, like, you know, counters and cheats. Those don't interest me, because when I play game, I like to be like visually interesting, and those games really don't look like visually they're interesting, even though maybe there's a great gameplay hiding underneath all those ugly components, but I really like pretty components. So yeah, that's why I don't play those types of games, but I do enjoy war games. So I'm sorry if you don't see this, but this is really hard angle to catch. Okay, pinks are done. I didn't really get much into it. I heard like first two things I heard about the Undaunted were that people didn't like it for various reasons. I'm not sure even if I remember the reasons correctly, but yeah, first two reviews I heard about it, not reviews but opinions, where they don't like that game, and so I kind of just blocked it out of my mind. But if someone would present it to me, I would most definitely play it. Blitzkrieg I'm super interested in. Land, Air and Sea, I'm like, I want to try it. I heard good things about it, but I'm not like dying to get my hands on the game. I'm there right now. In just 1 second, I have Facebook open somewhere, and I'm afraid that you might hear the audio from it, so I need to shut it down. Okay. I never played Summoner Wars, so I'm not sure how it works. Okay, now when we are done with the pinks, we're going to go with the Gryph-hound orange and do some orange parts, some glowing parts that she has on the gun and on the backpack. So this thing over here is glowingly orange. And of course it has it on the other side of the gun. Okay, looks cool. And these vents, we're going to do them orangey. And these parts over here on the image, they are showing like an orange glow, so we are going to do it like the artwork is showing. Okay, should we do anything else in the orange? Nah, all the other things, maybe some purple stuff before we go with the black and the grays, but yeah. Summoner Wars will be getting a second edition. And you have like 75% of everything already. So yeah, listen, if by any chance, right now it looks like there is no chance, but if like any chance the SN happens, okay, please bring the Summoner Wars. I want to try it. Maybe we can play a game after the SN is over, you know, when you go back home and stuff like that. But definitely that's the one I want to try. And since you have like a lot of stuff for it, bring it please. Okay, next up is Shyish Purple, and we are going to paint some parts of the miniature purple, and I need image for the reference of what is going to be purple. And I just now realized that some parts over here might be no. Okay, so this is really dark purple, so I'm not sure if you are going to even be able to register it on the camera because of the ISO settings and everything, but it is sort of dark purple, almost black, but only to camera. When you are looking at it like so, it looks really like a purple color. So I'm just going to go over a few parts here and there, whatever I find interesting visually, to paint with it, because the artwork is all over with this, so I'm guessing I can do whatever I want and go all over with it. So let's see, this one has nothing on it. Okay, let's paint some parts of this gun with a purple, like over here maybe. It's a lot of stuff. Did I say Essen? Oh man, I meant Olympus, yes. If Olympus happens by any chance, Essen is definitely not going to happen. It's really that much stuff. I thought it was like maybe 2 boxes that you can fit everything in. But yeah, if it's like that many stuff, please don't carry all that. We'll have plenty of games to play if the convention even happens, because sadly all this thing going on right now in the world, things will probably not happen, unfortunately. I really hate that, because I was really looking forward to the Olympus and everything, and I was really bummed out when we learned that it's not going to happen because of the things we don't mention, because then we cannot monetize this video. It's better for me to come over. Yeah, not sure when that is going to happen, but listen man, who knows, maybe I'll just swing by one day. The kids is really taking all my free time, so otherwise I would already be there. I mean, I'll definitely come by and visit you one day. You were here in Osijek like what, 3-4 times by now? I owe you to come at least once, right? It's like a side box full with cards. Oh man, that's like super heavy. Please don't bring that. Oh man, I sorry that I even asked. That sounds like it would be a lot of work, like a lot of work to carry around. So what I'm doing now, off the camera of course, is I am painting all these purple parts of the miniature, even though they turned out really dark, but we're going to lighten them up a little bit later with some lighter purple colors, so no worries there. We are going to make them pop out. Oh man, this is going to be a really long night. I already feel like I'm a little bit tired, but I really want to paint this up all the way through until the end, so I hope I will be able to make it through. Okay, so we are done with these dark purple colors. I don't want to put any more. So we need to go a little bit with the orange. Yeah, you could bring 5 decks, but really there's really no need. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to try the game out. I was really hoping that this year we would go to Petrinja again, like the last year, but I'm guessing that is not also happening either, since this stupid thing in the world is going on, really messing up things. So I'm just putting some more of the pink on some parts because I feel like it needs more details on this leg, like it's missing something. So I don't know, I'm just, since I can see it on the artwork, I'm going as I think would be the best. Okay, so I think we are done. I mean, not with the entire miniature, of course. That would be a silly presumption to make. Okay, so now we should definitely go with the black color over the guns. Goodbye, my friend. Good night. Thank you for dropping by. Talk to you soon, friend. Bye bye. So once more, we are alone in this. Wait, was I using the wrong? No. For the second, because I'm like super sleepy, I thought that I was using the wrong brush all the time, like super smaller brush, but no, it was all good. Oh man, I just realized one thing. I completely missed her pants on the back, so I really need to cover that up before I proceed with the black color for the weapons. So I just need to quickly paint these parts behind her over here like so. And that's that. Oh, that was quick. That was super quick. Okay, weapons. For this part behind her, we are going to use the big brush because there's really not that many details to hit on accident or something. It's going to be a way faster job if we do it with the bigger brush, of course. So I'm just making sure I don't miss any of the spots, because it's really easy when you have to go like all around and behind and underneath. And fortunately these miniatures come assembled, so you are stuck with that and you need to work it the best way you can. Okay, that was the rocket launcher on the back, and on the front we have this gun. So yeah, how are we going to do this? Are we going to do it with a big brush, or we're going to use a smaller brush? So I don't feel confident that I can do it with the bigger brush, so I'm going to switch to smaller one. And just be very quick, because when this paint starts drying you start to see some brush strokes, and that's what we are trying to avoid. Of course, we don't want that. I'm going all over with this gun. I'm painting a little bit front, a little bit back. I should definitely concentrate on one spot and then work my way through it, but I'm just letting the brush lead me naturally to where it wants to go. Well, I started talking really poetic. I think it's this heat. Definitely this heat. It's like really warm. And painting on this when it's like this warm is really challenging, but I committed to do these things live, so I'm sticking with it, and that is that. So yeah, join me in 2 days. If you are watching this, maybe it's Saturday, so join me Sunday, because on Sunday we are going to paint last 2 miniatures from the Adrenaline board game. And what that means is then I'm done with all the miniatures that I painted for the charity, and I'm going to be sending those to the rightful owner, and he will finally get his minis, because these minis traveled a lot from USA to Croatia, and now they need to travel a lot back to USA. They will see some world, most definitely. This is proving this gun to be a lot of work. I really thought I will be done with him, with the gun, much quicker. Takes a lot of time to go over all the spots, trying not to miss anything and trying not to mess up what we painted already, because I know you can't see this, but there is really no camera angle that I can show you what I'm doing, but I'm just basically painting all the parts of the gun. Okay, so this is also black part. Okay, so that's all the guns painted. We wanted to paint them black. And now we are switching to armor, and armor is going to be like grayish color, and then we are going to do sort of like a wash with the pink purplish color, just to give it overall purple look, because she's like called Violet for a reason. Oh, we are not done with the black, or we are going to do gray glasses just because we can. I thought maybe doing black, but gray is going to work too. Okay, so for the most part I'm going to use big brush, because it will be a way quicker job, and there's really no like things I can mess up with it. So what I'm looking for is to not let paint pool too much, because I want this to be fairly gray paint at the end, because I want to paint it with the purple wash and give it like a little bit of purple look. So yeah. Okay. There's really some hard to reach parts over here. I think I covered everything, that I didn't miss anything on this one. And now the other leg. The problem is that I'm getting few darker spots, but it's because the paint is drying like super fast, and that's bothering me a little bit. I hope that Sunday would not be like this warm, because it would mess up again how the paint looks at the end. Painting in the winter is way better, if you ask me. Okay, this is going to be a tricky part, so I need to lean in a little bit. I don't want to mess up the oranges that we did. The orange part, so you have to be very careful around them. But also I don't want to miss any spots and leave them white, because that would not look good once we go with the purple. Or maybe it would, who knows? I guess we'll have to see if if I miss some spots, and if we get some purple on it, we'll see how it looks at the end. So she has like a bionic arm, so this right arm is like super easy job. Okay, so I think we did not miss any spots on the backpack. Yep, we did. Of course we did. We always do. It's like normal thing. I always miss something when I'm painting, and then I see it later and you have to go back and cover it up, and I'm lazy when it comes to that. I don't want to cover it up, but you know, you have to. Otherwise it's another good job. Okay, so the things that are left to paint, I need a smaller brush. Just because I have more control over the paint and everything, and to not mess up the rest of the mini. And the last thing that is left are the glasses, or the goggles. Not the glasses, the goggles. These are the goggles actually. Okay, that is done. She is complete. So she is almost complete, of course. So we are just going to leave her to dry here, and we are going to switch to painting Banshee. Now for the Banshee, this is a real challenge because the artwork, at least what I saw, is just mostly blue with some like orangey details. So I'm guessing we are going to paint it like a blue with I have two colors that are very much like she is, or he is. I'm not sure if Banshee is he or a she. So yeah, I have this Achillean green, but I have to find Terradon turquoise because those colors are pretty much similar. Come on, where are you? Oh man, where is it? Is it maybe over here and I'm not aware? So no, it's not. Where is my Pterodon turquoise color? I have a Killian green, but just 1 second. Got it, found it. So let's see how is this going to work. I need something to try it out a little bit. Okay, so I forgot to do a little bit shake. Okay, so I'm just going to put some paint on the base because, so this is Achillean green. Okay, so this one is Achillean green. It is like a bluish greenish tone, and I was thinking of painting the model that way and the robes with this one. It is like a little bit more of a greenish. I think those two colors work well together, and then we will introduce some oranges to the mix. So yeah, that's the base idea, what I'm trying to do here. And okay, first thing first. Of course, also she has some armor or something, so we will most definitely need to paint that in some. Maybe we do that orange too, just to give it a little bit more of a pop, sort of. I'm just looking to see what can I do with this miniature. Okay, so we're going to do Achillean green for the skin, and since the most of the skin is like that, we're just going to use a big brush and go all over the skin parts. Of the miniature. Itchy ears. I like this blue color, even though when I look it on the camera, it looks completely different. On the camera, looks really so blue, and in reality, it is like a greenish color. Okay, so I know she has armor over here, but I'm just gonna go all over it because trying to avoid it would just mean that I need to do like a lot of slow work, and I can easily just come back and repair that with some white color. Well, this one is going to also be a lot of unexpected work. There's really like lots of things to worry about, not to mess up. I'm just looking around the miniature to see what else should be painted, what other parts are the skin and what other parts are like her armor or her clothes. I'm not sure if that's the armor actually. Okay. Oh, I really like this color. It looks awesome. I think it's my favorite contrast color, even though it looks it is just mind-blowing to me how it looks completely different on the camera and what I'm seeing. I think I got all the skin parts. If I later see a few details that I missed, I'm just gonna cover them up. Easy peasy. And I think I didn't. I think I saw some more. But for that I'm going to need a smaller brush, of course, when the smaller details are in question. Okay, so these things over here that run around down here, it looks like it's her skin parts, so we're gonna do them like that. And since I'm doing with a smaller brush, I'm going to try and be careful when I'm painting over those parts to not mess up that much. Even though some of this stuff right here is, well, messed up. But as I already said in one of the videos, some of the details of these miniatures are really not like super sharp, so you need to think on your own how you want to do it, where you want to do it, you know, where you want to put those highlights, where you want to stop, where something is beginning and something is ending. If you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. I believe this part also should be painted. Okay. Now we are going to paint the clothes, but before we do that, we're going to take out our homemade wet palettes, and we're gonna use some sky gray paint, sky gray from Vallejo, to repair a few things, few mistakes that we did. Some smaller mistakes we can leave, but there are a few bigger ones that we really need to go over it, or otherwise it will look really bad. So I wanna have a clean gun, so I need to repair a few of those little mistakes. And now, since we are here, we are repairing the little mistakes, we are going to bring back these armor panels and just paint over them. I'm really still not sure what color will they be. I'm thinking maybe orange too. Just some miniature looks, because otherwise mini will be like too blue for me, at least, and I want to avoid that. I don't want it to look like one single blob of color, you know. Sometimes you need to make a few changes from the original artwork, because it would look better. It definitely would. Okay, I think we are done with that. And while we are waiting for this thing to dry, we are going to switch back to Violet, because we need to give her some pink armor. And for that we are going to use Karabor Crimson. And I'm just gonna shake it very, very well. And we are going to go over the all gray parts with it, just to give them a little bit of like a pinkish tint. So as you can see, it still looks like a metal, but like a pink metal, as you can see. And we must not forget that we need to repair that. I missed part of her skin up here, so I need to go over that. So while I finish this boring part of the job, you go and take a little bit of rest and come back in like 2 minutes. I'm deliberately going to leave her goggles gray. I'm not going to touch over those, otherwise everything will look too samey, so it will give a little bit of difference, just the right amount that we need. Also, while I'm doing this, I'm going to go over the pink parts a little bit just to make them more pink. It will look like a little bit of a glow on the gun, which is also cool. It's a nice little effect. It's really subtle, it's almost unnoticeable, but it's there. Okay, so the violet is almost done. We need to go with the Gilliman flesh. Where is it? Volupus pink. No. Oh my god, where is my Gilliman flesh? Okay, it's here. I'm looking and I can't find it. So just a little bit of touch over here, around this part, and we are done. Okay, so now we are going to wait for it to dry off before we continue on other parts of this miniature, and we are going to go back on this one. Okay, for this one we are going to paint her wardrobe, so to say, and we are going to use a Pterodon turquoise for that. Also, I'm going to be using like a little bit of a bigger brush for this job, just because I want to go quickly and be done with it. Looks cool, looks really cool. This one looks also very different on the camera. Oh, Zeblik is here and he says, hi all, not knowing that he's the only one here. Tonight there is no that many people. Tonight we are alone, painting miniatures, talking to myself, but that's fine. It's not that I went crazy, you know, like, oh my god, he's talking to himself, he's going nuts. Thank you for stopping by, Zeblik. You are like in all my live stream videos. I appreciate it very much. Why alone? Late, had to pick up some comics. Oh, what comics? Why alone? I'm not sure. Nobody's tuning in. I guess everybody's doing something else. It's Friday, you know. People tend to go outside, maybe have fun with friends, go on and grab a beer or something. I don't know. Even though it's all this nonsense going on around here around the world, so maybe that's not a good idea right now, but hey, I won't judge. People do what people want to do. Okay, so just a few more parts with this color, and then I'm going to switch to a smaller brush to get the other hard to reach parts. Friday night parties in Croatia. Yeah, somebody's partying. I'm painting miniatures for charity. About the comics, I have no idea. Sadly, I grew up reading entirely different comics than you, probably, because superheroes like Marvel and DC were not that popular. I mean, they were, but not like some other comics that are even today super popular. And I remember when we were kids and we were like trading them. Once you read them, you don't have any need for it because you read them. What can you do with them? We didn't understand that maybe it's a collectible, you can collect it, stuff like that, so we just traded off for other comics because only thing important was to read more comics. The more you can read, the better. So I'm just trying to catch some really hard parts of this miniature. This miniature has really some very tricky parts. Okay, so the green is done, or the blue, or however you want to call it. And the next thing up is orange color, but before we go with the orange, I need to shake this white a little bit because I'm gonna need it for a gun, and as you can see, it really set up, like the pigment is all down here and the rest of the paint is up here. Super weird. So it's apothecary white. It's looking great, thank you. It is really weird miniature, I must say. So I just need to shake this one. You know, I'm thinking right now, the train of thoughts, how I'm shaking these paints so much because I didn't use them in a while. Maybe I should get that shake wave and then stuck these paints on them, and then you can exercise and shake your paints at the same time, you know, staying fit and painting miniatures with Life of a Board Gamer. Tune in. Same white as last time. No, this is like a contrast white. This is not like a regular white color. This one is, as you can see, it is a little bit grayish, and what it does, it leaves like subtle grayish highlight in the recesses, and you will probably not see it on the camera that well, unfortunately, but it is really a majestic color to paint white, because painting white and black is sort of hard, and it usually tends to look stupid because nothing in the world is like pure black or just pure white. There's always some tone of gray in it, and it's really hard to paint it like that, you know. So I'm just looking. So I'm not sure if you are going to see this, but now it's white, and I'm gonna go with the gray over it, and it's going to give it a nice subtle highlight of gray. Maybe I'm doing even a little bit too much. Oh yes, I have to put those on Instagram. I completely forgot. I did. Whoa. We have a little mishap. As you can see, the paint is not dried in here, and I accidentally hit it with this one, and it transferred a little bit. We'll have to come by later when it's dry and fix it, but until then I'm just gonna paint the rest with the gun. Okay, let's leave it at that. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to use some Griffhound orange for some orange parts, of course. So just to give a little bit of visual interest to the miniature, we're going to paint her armor parts that she has here. We're gonna do some orange on them and probably do a little bit of highlights after it, just to make them more visually interesting, because now it's just like flat orange color with nothing to look at. It is really a quiet night. I find it really strange to just like paint in silence. Usually I have my headphones on, I put a show or something to watch, a movie maybe, but tonight I can't do that. Okay, so orange parts are almost done. We need to put some orange on the gun. So like so. The gun will be really hard to paint because it has like, I'll have to do some freehand on the gun once it is all dried off. Okay, so now the mostly we are done with the contrast colors. Now we are going to switch to regular paints and just paint few of the details, but before this one is dried we are going to go over to the violet again, and I just need to take a few colors. Second. Okay, so for the violet I have this old rose and we are going to use this for the gun parts and the other various parts on her armor, just to make them like glowy a little bit. Do I have maybe a better color? No, this is the rosiest I can go. So now we're just painting this rose on top of these coils, just to give them like a glowing effect. And we're also going to do that on the front of the gun, and of course on the sides too. Over here we're just going to go like this. And just a few other parts to make them stand out a little bit more. Like her boot and this part over here. I'll just give it like a little bit of hint of glow. So that is that for the rose, and then we are going to use blue violet. Zoom it in, blue violet, and that is for the purple parts on the gun, so we can distinguish them from the black, because now they are like almost identical color as the black. They're really dark and we want to bring them out a little bit, so we're just going to go and paint those. with this purple. Just highlighting the edges where we can find edges. And this part over here also. Popping, looking great. Do you mean the purple ones or the pink ones, or which ones? Because I really do like these purple highlights. I think they did a good job. Both. Thank you. Okay, what else do we have? Could maybe do like a little bit of more lines over here just to make it like so. Okay, things are looking good. Oh, she has shoulder pads that are purple, so we're gonna show them a little bit of love and paint those. Yeah, highlights. Highlights can really bring out the details on the miniature, and you don't need to highlight the entire miniature. Just pick out few random details, highlight them, and you will see the world change. For example, let's just show it on example. This backpack. See how this looks really dark and not interesting visually? Well, if you water down the purple, really water it down, and if you just go like this and like this and like this and maybe do like a little bit of circle, and now it looks completely different. It does not look like much, but it really can help miniature look good, at least some parts of the miniature. I'm satisfied how this looks. I think we are good with this one, at least. Looks okay. So I just might go with the purple over the weapons, maybe, just so they don't stay like black like that. Okay, one more thing, since I'm going to do a highlight on the other one, on the Banshee over there, but I'm going to use orange, and I'm going to use a light orange, and we are going to highlight some details on her. She has some orange details that are in need of some highlights, but we are going to switch to super small brush for this one. And we're just going to give a little spot in her goggles to create like a glowing effect, like, you know, she has like a shining in her goggles going on. And of course these orange parts need a little bit of boost think they're good. Oh, we have the vents over here. Well, definitely we're going to add some orange to them, just on the middle, like so. And we have some of them over here, so we're just going to go with the side of the brush and just give them some glow here and there. And I think this one is done, completely done. It looks way darker when I'm looking at it now. It looks much brighter, much more pinkish sort of, but yeah, weird. Okay, so we are back with the BANSHEE, and we're going to highlight her armor parts. I'm constantly saying her, but I think it's a she, so we're just going to give those from the top highlights. Nothing complicated. You just go with the side of the brush and just pick up the raised details and just watch to not mess up all the other parts. But on these things here, we're going to go like this. Okay, so these armor panels, we're just going to go over the edges like so. Maybe boost a little bit more of this edge over here. But yeah, this is just finishing works now. I have to still do the bases, but bases are pretty much the same as in the first video. I will just use pink for her and blue for this one. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do this live, because it's pretty simple to do, and I'm already streaming for almost 2 hours, and it's well past midnight because I didn't start when I wanted to start because of the kid not wanting to go to sleep, and he was really nervous. I think this heat got him. So yeah. Okay, so I highlighted all these parts of her armor, and I want to do some stuff with the gun, and I just now realized that maybe, just maybe, this over here is also part of the armor, but I'm not sure. Really weird. Oh, she's got armor over here on this hand, so I need to repair that. Yeah, those edges for the base. Yeah, because the game itself is really like neon looking game, so those edges really like felt like a normal thing to do them like that. Okay, so before I continue any further, before I continue to a freehand, we're going to do some more freehand tonight. Man, I just realized she has like armor over here on this hand, or tentacle, whatever it is, so I need to repaint that with the white, so I can repaint it with the orange and then do the highlights all shebang like I just did with the others. Okay, you know what, since we are already doing it, we're going to assume that this thing here also is these armor parts or whatever they are on her, and we are going to do that orange too, or maybe leave it white like this on a few spots. I'm not sure. I'm just looking if I messed up somewhere to repair that, if I did. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight the gun with a few white lines just to give it a little bit more definition, more. These are really subtle, barely noticeable, but they will pop the shadows really nicely. So these are like really super quick ones. There's really no problem here. I don't know. Oh man, my English is failing me again. I guess it's that part of the night when I start losing my ability to speak different language and just ramble nonsense. Okay. Let's see what we have here. What was our next step going to be? Oh yes, we're going to do some freehand with orange, but I need a darker orange first, so we are going to use bright orange, and then we are going to go over with the light orange. So let's see where are those highlights. Okay, so since the gun does not look like the one on the image, I'm going to be a little bit of free mind where I'm going to put those highlights and how I want to do them. So one does go over here like so, and then turns down like this. So I'm going to do that on the other side too, from this part or here go to here, and just go down like so. Oh man, this is going to look terrible. I already see it, but I'm gonna trust the process and just go with it and hope for the best. Let's see, what else? Where else can we put some highlights? Oh, I went too close to the purple and now I mixed two colors together, so I need to be very careful to not mess up. So yeah, highlights. we're going to put one here, not highlights, freehand stuff. One here, okay, so one over here. Let's put one over here. Let's improvise a little bit. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, so we are going to put a few dots on here, like so, and maybe a few lines, 2 lines over here. You know, like this, just because we can. We need some dots on this side to keep the balance of the dots intact. Lots of trucks. Oh, you can hear the sounds from the street. I thought you can. I thought the microphone is not picking them up. Yeah, this street is pretty loud, even though it's not like a main street, but for some reason very loud cars won't like to pass by at night. Not sure why. I was really under the impression that you cannot hear those loud car noises. Yeah, but it's like super heat. As you can see, I'm all sweating. I think on a Sunday, if it's going to be this hot, I'm definitely gonna turn on the AC. And I didn't want to turn on the AC because of the sounds and everything. So now you will hear another car. Check it. This one is pretty quiet actually. There's lots of scooters going on. Those are loud, my friend. Let me tell you about them. Those are like the loudest things you ever heard. They will wake you from the sleep. Okay, before I go and continue highlighting stuff on the gun, I want to go with the Grifhound Orange again to paint on these parts that I decided are going to be orange. So once they are dried and I'm done with the gun, I can highlight those and be done with the miniature. This one is fairly simple. There's no that many details on her. Also, I'm going to do a few yellow lines on the gun just to break this orange look a little bit. Okay. So we are just now highlighting those free hands with some extra bright orange. And I'm just looking to stay in the lines, you know. If you miss it here and there, it's nothing bad is going to happen. But yeah, just try to keep inside the lines, because first when you put like a freehand, first you put like a broader line and then you go with a smaller line inside. That way you will get some nice like shadows and it just looks better. Just looks better. Okay, and we need to highlight these things that we just painted orange. Man, it's hot, and this light is not helping at all. It's like right in my head. So we are going to go with Yanden yellow, and I'm just going to add a few yellow lines here and there on the gun just to break this white orange look a little bit. I think it looks too boring, and we need to introduce some more color, and there is some yellows on the artwork, so we are going to try and mimic that if possible. It's really hard to paint this gun when it has so few details. Everything is like super weird on this gun. I'm really having trouble to paint this one look good. I think it doesn't look good, but that's the best I can do. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to highlight her skirt like a little bit. No, you know what? I'm going to use this one a little bit darker. I think this one would be like too bright. And we are just going to do a few small highlights, just a few things here and there. We'll see if this green will work. Now that I'm looking at it, it might be a little bit too samey. It will not look good, but we'll see. Oh, it looks cool. It gives really a nice change of color. But it stays subtle. I like it. I like how it turned out. I'm gonna use it to highlight a few more things. Just a few sharp edges here and there where I catch any. Oops, I almost dropped a brush. That happens lately, not sure why. you need to go paint. You got the urge for paint. Definitely go paint. We are wrapping things up here. I really need a shower and a good night's sleep, so I will do the bases off camera. If you want to know how I did them, just go watch the first video and use blue and purple, of course, respectively. And that is that. Okay, I think we are officially done. Yes, pictures. I will put pictures tomorrow. If I forget, send me a message. Okay, so that is that. That's Banshee and that's Violet, all painted up. So yeah, thank you all for joining me this lovely evening. Thank you all who were watching this, maybe who are watching this maybe later. It's really fun to paint this for charity. That's that. I have nothing to say. I'm super tired. I really need to shower. I really need to go to sleep, and I need to drink some water. I haven't drank a sip of water in 2 hours, and that's really not healthy. So yeah, the lights are really terrible on this one. I think they will look way better on Instagram pictures, so go on the Instagram, check these out. I think you will find them there with the realistic colors. Thank you, Zeblik, for being with me.